Okay, let's give this another try. Hi, I am the Ocean of the Ocean's Deep Woo, and I am having a heck of a time having a stream tonight. It's just being difficult. I don't know whether it's the subject matter or whether it's just whether it's just the internet being the internet. I'll wait a moment, see who makes it in. Okay, there we are. And that's buffering too. How lovely. And we're buffering some more. And uh, I'm getting messages that we're on and we're off, and we're on and we're off, and we're live and we're not. Well, anyway, this is the Ocean's Deep Woo, where we do the deepest woo. And apparently, hello, Lewis. Okay, somebody saw it. Wow. Maybe that cyber attack thing is getting ready to happen. We've been warned that we're going to have cyber attacks. I don't know. Or maybe solar flares again. God, we have everything happening on this planet, don't we? This is the planet. This is, very interesting spot to watch, I guess. I guess I don't look that bad for no makeup or anything. I don't wear much makeup though. I don't like makeup, I really don't. You're just gonna have to take me as I am tonight. Most nights, in fact. I don't like wearing makeup much. Um, anyway. I don't know. I don't know, FS. Uh, I, I would really think that, it would be a nothing burger. But, it's all up to you. Yeah, they blame China for cyber attacks and stuff. Um, hey, Demon Slayer, how you doing? Slayed any demons lately? I have. I've slayed a few. Anyway, it's part of the job when you're shamanic. Oh, hello, Randy Riley. How are you doing? Oh, well, there, Louis Ta has the answer for you. Somehow he's knowledgeable in that matter, in burger eating enlightenment. And I am not. It's not my field, burger eating enlightenment. No. No, I'm more of a chuck roast girl myself. Chuck roast enlightenment with the magical herbs and spices and, carrots and vegetables and stuff. Anyway, Organic beef. There you go. It's all coming together now. It has to be organic beef. It does. Even if you've got chuck roast enlightenment. Now my chuck roast send people into foodgasms. Of enlightenment. I just had a chuck roast tonight, actually. I didn't have the whole damn roast, but I had some of it. I'll have it for tomorrow and the night after. But anyway, good organic beef. It has to be pastured, right? Pastured beef. Come on. We're kidding around, Riley. Okay, bye-bye. This is not Riley's. This is not Riley's thing. That's okay, Randy. And hey, Lee Freeman, how you doing? Free Lehman? Lee Freeman? Oh, you had solar flares back in the 70s? Well, what did you take for those? Okay. Here we are again. Hello, Project. Poor Randy. We drove Randy off. It's like, these people are weird. How much chuck can a chuck roast if a chuck roast could roast chuck? Well, let me see. The answer based on scientific algorithms and some of the equations having been done on that in the past is purportedly it would chuck as much as a chuck roast could chuck if a chuck roast could chuck roast. Okay. Yeah, we're on a tear here because we've been having a lot of we're on a tear due to a flare. Okay, wow, we're on a tear due to a flare. Here we are trying to discuss what's there. Maybe I'm starting a rap song. Anyway. I'm laughing at your own jokes on yeah, well, so everybody else is too. They just make it, I don't care. Have fun out there, will you? It's okay. Don't hurt anybody. Be nice, but have fun. I am certainly a big proponent of having some fun. Okay? Not being too serious about this shit because, life is freaking weird. It just is. Life is freaking weird. Mine always has been. My whole life I've been having just weird events that people are not supposed to be having normally. But the shaman life chose me. What can I do? If the shaman life chooses you, then you're going to have weird stuff happen. It's just the way it is, Might as well roll with it, baby. Roll with it, baby. So, Lee Freeman had solar flares, I'll bet. I bet you did. Back in the hippie days. Oh! UFO swarm spotted over Salisbury in North Carolina at 8 p.m. 5.5 hours ago at the nuclear power plant. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Woo, for keeping us informed. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And we're just barely into the third. It's only 1:27 here. So they're right on time. Getting ready. Hi, Jack Ma. I am doing great, and we had a good Thanksgiving. It was calm and peaceful, and I'm happy about that. And the food was good, so all things considered, very good. Um, so anyway, so here we go. And is it real? And I can't say much more because maybe I'll get it again, maybe I'll have to start on yet another stream. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to like talk around it and you're going to have to read between the lines because every time I start really getting in depth about it, but have at it and chat and we'll try to say it in terms that won't get me in trouble with the tube. Right. Well, that's interesting because I thought about that. For one thing, we aren't going to have WW3 because um, it's just not going to be allowed. Okay, it's not going to be allowed. Uh, no, no, it won't be, and I don't see it anyway. And I can see stuff in the future. I mean, I've predicted mm, so many things with accuracy. I'm not like some people, you know, where I've got every location and stuff. I'm gonna have to work on locations and see if there's anything. There's techniques for doing that, but I just say what I think about topics that come up, and I'm right most of the time. As a matter of fact, I can't remember the last time I was really wrong about anything. So we are not dying that way, folks. You know, and World War III may be close. I don't think it's going to actually come down to frying the planet, though. I don't think they're going to allow that. That will be allowed to happen, if you know what I mean. Um, okay. And Woo Riders has got, okay, thank you for telling me because I never get notified about my friends' channels. Like, they never freaking notify me about that. Yeah, I was thinking about that, something like that too. Could this be? Could this be a ploy? Hmm. A ploy of some kind. And of course it could be because, we're treated like sheep. We're treated like cattle here a lot of times by the manipulators. I'm going to call them that. You used to call them controllers or something else. I'm going to call them manipulators. So we're treated like cattle, and the cattle don't need to know what's really going on, do we? You just get herded, experimented on, etc. You know, if we're cattle, we don't need to know. They're acting like we don't need to know anything, really. So, no, they don't. They don't. Of course not. I really think that there are people who aren't really people who pretty much look at us like cattle. We are their cattle, and the cattle are rebelling. Cattle are going a little bit out of their bounds, and they try and pull them back. And that's the attack on the pineal gland. Because as long as we are not in full flower in our pineal gland, we're not as much of a threat, are we? Like I've been saying, if we have that back, then we can see for ourselves what's going on. We don't have to rely on somebody else. Once your pineal gland is functioning properly, you can see things for yourself. You don't need to go to a priest or a psychic or anybody else. And this will be great when the frequency fences come down. What in the heck are frequency fences? I'm going to have to make a video about this. I've been saying I need to make a video. What is a frequency fence, okay? The idea of a fence. And I've already explained in a video what the frequencies are. Everything is a frequency, runs on a frequency. Everything emits a frequency. Everything exists because of different vibrations, right? It's really all that anything really is. It's really, everything is an energy, a vibration, a frequency. That's how it works here. So, and they're finding this out more and more. There's more and more scientific backing for. There's already a lot. So, and they're saying vibrating point, although photons, the way the photons move are pretty freaky sometimes. But whatever happened to the Chinese spy balloon? Yeah, good question. Supposedly that was shot down and washed ashore somewhere. We can't be sure of that. Yeah. It just came and went, didn't it? It's funny how Biden just let it happen. By the way, I know that some people are waiting to see the little buckaroo here, cowboy. And you know, he's been hard at work all day getting belly rubs and purring. Haven't you? Yep, that's his job. Getting belly rubs and purring. That's pretty much what he does. Modulating the frequencies a little bit because, you know, he keeps mommy happy. He keeps mommy calm and happy, right? With your little purring, with your purr purr purr. Little frequency modulator here. My little purr generator. Furry purr generation machine. Did you know that reindeer purr? I didn't know that. But here was a video with a guy petting a reindeer and it's purring. So apparently cats are not the only thing that purrs. Reindeer purr somehow. There's my little guy over there. It's so hard to stop rubbing his belly. He doesn't even want me to stop ever. You modulating frequencies for your mom? Huh? Yes, that little eye blink says, yes, Mommy, I love you. They do that eye blink thing to say, yep, I love you. He's a baby. Oh, Chloe, hey. Well, I think it's like anything else, Lou. I think they're a mixed bag. I think everybody is. The Sasquatch seem to be the same. There are some that are really nice, sweet, loving. There are some that are not. And people are like that too. I don't think anybody as a whole is, I mean, I think we're individuals. Maybe we're all individuals, except those things that are hive mind. And I expect those are not individuals, but everything else I expect are kind of like us. They're individuals. Good ones, bad ones, medium ones, crazy ones, I don't know. It would stand to reason if we're like that they'd be like that. Boy, I'm itchy now that I stirred up his fur. Oh, you got some inside info on Travis Walton? We'd like to hear about that. You can't put it in open chat, people might get offended. Are you kidding me? What? He's got a little big furry belly? He got a furry belly. He got a Manx mellow belly. He's got a white fluffy belly. That's perfect for rubbing. It's perfect for rubbing. Yeah, he's a Manx cat, and Manxes have a tendency to be kind of round. They're not they're they're not quite like other cats. They have shorter legs, rounder body. They're built more to retain heat because they come from a cold climate. They come from the Isle of Man, which I guess has some kind of rough weather. So their fur is a little different. They have a very woolly undercoat. I can get a lot of cat wool off of this guy any time of year. He's a very, very, very furry, fluffy fellow underneath the top coat. The top coat is very slippery. But yeah, when he rolls over like this, he's got this great big rubbing belly for rubbing. So, so okay. Yeah, I'm sort of unshockable as far as any of this because I think I can't say I've seen it all, but I've seen most of it. I've seen a lot of it. Sure have. hmm So, actually, you know what? It's a frequency modulation. I really think every cat is a healer because of the purring. They can't hardly help it. They're healing just when they purr. Is it a weapon? I suppose most things could be used as a weapon. Could it be used as a weapon? It could. You mean like the Sasquatch use the ultrasound? Could be some creature. I have never seen a cat do that. Uh, I would say it's a frequency, yeah, frequency moderator. That's exactly what I've been calling it, a frequency moderator. It's a frequency moderation tactic, perhaps. And apparently reindeer also have it. Oh, you've had purring competitions. Cool. Well, it is disarming, isn't it? I mean, and maybe that's what it's for. Maybe that's part of why cats purr. It's rather disarming. I mean, they're purring and you're like, oh, I like that. I don't want to kill this thing. I want to keep hearing the purr. Oh, did you piss him off? Oh, you have a golden mean tuning fork. You should. Yes, you should. Oh, you have 8 kitties, Psyche. Oh. Well, yeah, I really think that we are much better for the purrs. Um, well, no, that is scientific. I mean, we know that the purrs purring at a certain frequency is very helpful. It's very calming to the nervous system. Oh, okay, Psyche. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't think of that since Psyche is a female character in mythology. Yes. No, I have to go look at your channel. I think I was trying to access it one time and just actually let me see if I can get there this time. Can I get there? Oh gosh. I thought I was subscribed. Maybe I was, but not. You know how YouTube is. You have very, very nice thumbnails on your channel. Just lovely. Nice thumbnails, honey. Okay, so here we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cupid Awakens Psyche. Yeah, that's true. I have that painting, or a copy of it, you know, of course, a print of it somewhere. I don't think I got that back up on the wall yet. But yeah, somewhere I do have a version of that famous painting, Psyche and Cupid. So basically, we've got some allies that I think we're not taking what the Indians call allies or medicine. I shouldn't say Indians, I should say indigenous people, of which I do have some lineage on my mom's side, coming from all the way back to Emma Whitehorse, which I am thinking of making a video. I'm trying to write down what little I know about my native background. I do know a little bit. I have some stories from my mother. I mean, she would talk about braiding the women's hair forever because the trail it trailed behind them. It would take forever to brush it and comb it and put it into braids, and then they'd wrap it around their ears because the braids were so long they would hang on the floor. That's how the wrapping it around and around their ears and the space buns. So basically, my ancestors wore space buns too. Princess Leia space buns, right? So, because her hair was very long. So, um, anyway, as some of you may or may not know, in Native culture, the hair represents part of our spirit, and that is why you want to be very careful who you leave in charge of your locks. Okay? So, I cut my own hair. I pretty much take care of my own hair most of the time. when I cut it. And I cut it to make it more manageable. But it's pretty long still in the back. Um, yeah, my mother cried when I cut my hair the first time. That's a native thing. Um, I guess it was a young girl's job to braid the hair. So she braided and braided and braided and braided the older woman's hair. And I guess it would probably take forever. I mean, if their hair was trailing, behind them. And wow, that would be a mess if it got tangled. What a mess. Okay, so anyway, back to the show. So you've had some purposes. Yep, they do it on purpose. They purr on purpose. But yeah, you got to keep a frequency generator around. I got to have a frequency generator around me. I was very forlorn when I didn't have a cat. Yeah. Okay, Free Lehman or Leaf Freeman. Free Lehman. I probably should subscribe to you too. I'll even ringy dingy the bell. One ringy dingy. Whoa, oh my goodness. Lee, your mom kept samples of your baby hair. Oh, to do witchcraft. Oh, good Lord. Yep, that's all you need, right? You don't use 00, my goodness, this channel. Oh. Yeah, I'm subscribing to everyone here too gradually. I'm getting everyone in blue anyway. And then once I get to know you, then I'll probably subscribe to you. And maybe YouTube will actually even tell me when you have a post. From time to time it does, not too often. Yeah, it was actually quite common to keep a locket of hair. That's why they called them lockets. You'd have a locket and you'd put a little piece of hair in there. It was a locket for the locks. Locks of hair. Mm-hmm. So I remember that. Yeah, locket is to keep the connection. Now, see, I have no problem with Cowboy ever losing connection with him because his hair is all over everything I own now. I cannot leave the house without taking a little bit of Cowboy with me. Every time you go away, you take a piece of me with you. Every time I go away, I take a piece of Cowboy with me. You know, this really, sometimes this turns red right here. It looks like I got sucker bites right where my third eye, back farther though, it's more in the center of your head, right in the vicinity of the third eye. So I've always wondered about that. What's going on when this turns red, right? I mean, that's where they put the bindi, is right there. But it turns red on its own. Maybe I had some lives in India. Hey, Ken. How's it going, Ken? Oh, when you win the lottery, I hope you win the lottery. Well, now, if you win the lottery, will you remember some of the people who helped you out? No, I will. I certainly will when I win it big. Only thing is, I gotta play the lottery to win the lottery. I keep forgetting to play it. Yep. Good day, Ken. Good day. You throwing any shrimp on the barbie? People don't understand. Somebody came in, I forget who it was, says you can't throw shrimp on the barbie. They just fall right through with it. Well, you have to put them on skewers, I find. But then again, I thought that point in Black Hole Sun where they threw the barbie on the barbie was genius. I want that lottery win. I want that lottery win. Yes, it is mine. The lottery is all your monies are belong to me. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I keep thinking I want to rent a bus and have us just all go on the magic bus trip for a while, just to get away from it all. Just go on the magic bus. You never put shrimps on the barbie, they're prawns. Well, of course. Of course, they're prawns. They're not shrimp. Whoever said shrimp? They're prawns. They're prawns. I gave up waiting for the lottery and started having fun without it. Oh, well, me too. Because, I don't know when that's ever going to happen. A good intervention. A good intervention. It's a good intervention. Okay. Bus full of strippers. Oh my goodness. You get loose, a bus full of strippers, we'll probably never see him again. Either that or he'll be a little wizened, gray-haired man when he comes out. One or the other. Oh, you mean the ring? Into the fire. So anyway, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You know what? And it's funny because my helper that I have, um, because those of you who don't know, I have some disabilities I don't talk about much. I try not to talk about them too much. Because really, I'm healthy, I'm free, and I'm whole, and I have a few things I need help with, that's all. Right. No, I really am doing a lot of healing since I moved here, though. I really had some issues a while back that I almost died a few times. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be fun. Another Lord of the Rings movie. Lord of the Rings movies are fun. So, you know, I was talking to her and we were talking about the possible, you know, the possible ET intervention or whatever. And I said, you know what? I say that if you're over, we walk out hand in hand and say, where you been? We've been waiting at this bus stop for millennia. Where you guys been? You gotta get me some male strippers? I feel left out. I feel really left out now. Anyway, what is going on in the chat? Okay, so we are actually having some phenomenon. Super Cyan. Would you come out Super Cyan? Oh, I could have whatever I wanted. Actually, can I have a nice eco village on an island somewhere? So we don't have to put up with this bullshit and just live our lives peacefully and creatively. Of course, we'd need to have communication with the outside, of course, but no, I think we'll be having better times next year, but I think it's going to be 6 months of wild, wild times. I think we're going to have an event in April. Oh, I did want to mention that there's some kind of event that's happening in April, and it feels like maybe somebody's going to try and off the big guy. No, I don't mean that big guy. I mean Trump. Kind of feels like somebody might be fin to try and off the leader again. But I don't think it'll work. I don't think it's going to work this time. I don't think any of that's going to work anymore. I don't think it's going to work the way they want it anyway. If they ever did manage to do him in, he would be the biggest martyr, and then they'd really be in trouble because I mean everybody would be wanting to be him. You know what? I permanently banned Puck. I'm sorry. Puck is a dark entity that needs to be healed if he allows himself, but he won't because he likes being the way he wants to be the way he is. He likes the sympathy. He likes the drama. He loves that shit and he won't give it up. And so, you know what? He's pretty much banned from here. Puck is fucked around here. I'm tired of it. I cannot let I have a stream to protect. I have your energy to protect. I have my energy to protect. I have the stream to protect. We talk about spiritual stuff here. You got some dark entities behind you, Puck, attached. You know, I cannot let that kind of stuff run rampant in here. I won't do it. I won't disrespect myself enough to allow that kind of crap. I give him some chances and you blow it and you're gone. I don't need you. There's other stuff I can be doing besides babysitting you. Now, if you're a nice person and you need some help, we'll help you. But I got other stuff to do besides babysit grown people that don't really want to be helped because they like wallowing in self-pity. Angel Wings hasn't been around. I haven't been able to even get her on the phone. Yeah, I'm sorry. Puck Elf, he can keep scrolling. I don't give a F. I'm fed up. Anybody who gives me too much trouble, you get a chance to straighten up. If you don't straighten up, you're gone. I don't have the time. And I've been getting messages that I shouldn't let that stuff go on. That I have got to have enough self-respect to say, no, F you. You're gone. It's part of growing up spiritually. It's to not feel bad when you have to get rid of somebody for your own sake. Maybe somebody else will help him. I don't know. Maybe he will finally have a come to God moment or whatever. We'll see. Yeah. So, I can't get a hold of Angel Wings, and she talks to me. So it's not just her being on the channel. It's not just about Pucked Up Elf. That little guy has done so much damage. I actually did get notified about his show. I was so shocked. I got a notification. All of a sudden, there he is. He looks like a meth head or something. He needs to get away from the drinking. So it was my last show or something, and it's like, well, okay then. It's sorry to hear it about your luck, but oh well. I do too. I wish them all well. But I found that I cannot let them be in my energy. I did that too much when I was at my other place. I tried to help too many people. They effed me over way too much. You are allowed to deny access to your beautiful shining light. You are allowed to do that, okay? Because at some point we're enabling. And you don't want to enable. At some point, putting up with that crap and letting them back and back and back, you are playing into the hands of a narcissist. And that is not what you need to be doing, okay? Narcissists, I think, are there to teach us some lessons about self-respect. And if you respect yourself, you will not let a narcissist play you. I know. As healers, we want to help everybody. It's a very rough lesson to learn. Well, I don't watch Puck Elf, so I wouldn't know. And I certainly don't know about Cobra. I never ran into that one. I guess maybe I'm lucky. Right, Psyche. It's like you are not doing harm by putting yourself first. You really got to put yourself first in order to help other people. You've got to be, you've got to have something in order to give something. So, it's really, it's one of the hard things being, because you're empathic and you want to help. Because their pain, you're feeling it. You're feeling the pain of the world and you want it to stop. So it's rough. Oh, he's an alcoholic. Oh, yeah, definitely. Alcohol's really got a hold of him. I call it instant asshole. Just add alcohol. And they instantly become an asshole. There are some people that are like that. That's a spirit attachment. If you want to talk about spiritual attachments, we will. That is a spiritual attachment. Seen it many, 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 many times, okay? There's spirits hanging around, looking over their shoulder that are hooked into their energy, wanting them to drink because then they can come in. That depresses their own free will enough, that puts their energy low enough that these things can hook into it and run them. And that's what's really running them. But here's the thing, they're letting them. So, yeah, this is one of the reasons, though, I won't put up with it. You got to tell that shit to leave you. You got to be willing. The person who is affected has got to be willing to release their demons. Release them. Say bye-bye. But most of them think it gives them some kind of power, some kind of something. And some of them, I think, are just trying to kill pain. They've got some kind of, every addict is trying to kill the pain. Every addict, every single one. Some kind of pain. Whether that be spiritual, mental, physical, whatever. Drinking kills the pain. Drugs kill the pain. Temporarily, even cutting. That's all to kill the pain. You do stuff to kill the pain. I think when we start doing better on the earth, I think when the frequency fences get removed, we will be much better off. And we will have less of that crap, okay? Because as people ascend in frequency, that shit cannot touch you. If you rise above a certain frequency, they can't hook into you anymore. So the best thing you can do is get happy, get high frequency, get high vibrational, and they cannot mess with you with that. Woo, I know you were trying to be a brother to him. You were trying to be kind. Stay the fuck away from him for your own good and for your daughter's good and for your family's good. These people are channels for fucking evil. Okay? They're fucking evil being channeled through them. Let it be part of a teaching for you, my friend. Do not put yourself at risk for these people. They must decide when. They must decide when. When are they going to drop it? Everybody's got their life path. You can't tell people what their life path is. But I can tell them what mine is, and mine is not to be a punching bag for these fools. Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to be your own hero. Step in and take yourself away from these people trying to take advantage of your good nature. There are many channels now devoted to getting away from the narcissist, and that's what they are. Puck has got some very narcissistic. He's a good example. Come here, come here, come here, go away, I hate you. Come here, come here, come here. They keep reeling you in to just bash you down, to just, they reel you in, bash you down, reel you in. It's that kind of a game. You don't deserve this shit, okay? Love yourself, please. Everybody listening, please learn to love yourself. Please learn to love yourself enough to give yourself the gift of being free of these people. There's several people I have been seeing since it's the holidays that I don't normally see. We used to talk. We used to be supposedly friends. It was more like frenemies, I found out. I did not try to reconnect. As a matter of fact, one of them I had to disconnect from because all she does is gossip about everybody else, how disrespectful they are to her, and she is a freaking narcissist. So I had to get away from her, and I did not make any kind of... She really was hinting that she wanted my number, and she wanted to know where I lived, and she wanted blah, blah, blah. She wanted an invite, and I just ignored all of that, ignored every bit of it, and didn't give her my number, and didn't tell her a damn thing, didn't give her any information at all. I just nodded while she was going on and on and on and on about her bullshit, and just nodded. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what? She didn't like it, but now she's probably running off and dissing me, telling people about how I disrespected her. I don't freaking care. Because I've been getting the message over and over. I've got to let this stuff go. I've got to let these people go. This kind of person does not belong in my life. They're frequency suckers. They'll suck away your good energy, man. They'll come after you and try to bring you down. And once they bring you down, they get you low enough that the other stuff jumps on you too. And then what good are you doing? You know, the collective needs you here with us up here to effect these changes on Earth that we really are needing to get done. We need you up here, pals. Everybody out there, buddies, friends, relatives, my Ohana, my, you know, we need you up here so that you can affect things. It'll trickle down. It's really the only time it does trickle down. As things get better, these other beings will have a chance of changing too. Okay. Gray rocked her. Right, 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 right. Really. Yeah, I'm ghosting them all. I'm ghosting them all. And wishing them well. And I hope that Puck Elf finds some way to pull himself out of that and gets out of it. I'm not going to be the one probably because he's gone for me. But, you know, hope he does get himself out of that. Really do. Really do hope this woman has an awakening moment and climbs out of her pit too. And she's much like that. She has another side. Suddenly she gets the look in her eye and she's somebody else. And it's not a good somebody else, okay? So we have a lot of that around here. And so I have learned through the years to deal with it. Because these people are just all over the place here in Kent. Just all over the freaking place. So, you know, I'm pretty happy about how my life is going now. I'm not going to let it go down the tubes. I'm happy the direction I'm going in. The more that you know what? And then people to say I am God, it's so blasphemous. No, it's not. It's really not. We are God. We are part of God. It's actually, and there are people who even say, why don't you believe in God? It's like, I believe more in God than you do. What? Do you believe him maybe once in a while on a Sunday? Do you believe in God maybe once in a while? Maybe on a Sunday you believe in God? I believe God's everywhere. Even with them. When they realize it, maybe they'll come out of it. And one of the things I do too is I say, show me the God in this. Because God is really in everything. So hiding sometimes behind a disguise, you know, but God is in everything. So I will sometimes in a tough situation, I'll say, show me God. Show me the God in this. It's very powerful. Give it a shot. It's worth taking care of yourself too. Think of it this way, my friends. As you broadcast your vibration and your light into the world, and it's of a higher frequency, you're raising the entire vibration of the world. So you are even giving these people a better chance. okay, at raising their vibration too. So by not letting them pull you down, you are doing a service to them. And you are not doing a service to them by letting them pull you down. You are actually facilitating. You can think of it that way if you're feeling bad about it. So you're not doing them a favor by playing into the narcissist's hand. They need to get slapped with some reality in order to wake the F up. Well, yeah, I mean, the creation and the creator are one. And I don't think that's taught enough. But the creator and the creation are really one. And we've been told that for millennia, and people just don't get it. They don't want to get it. They don't want to get it. Because if there's something outside of you can blame for everything, or something outside of you that you can point to, run to, whatever. But really, there is something you can run to, and it's your own God self. There is something you can rely on. It's your own God self. Your version of God, your vibration, your higher self, deeper self, wiser self, larger self. It's not like there's nothing to go to. I really feel sorry for atheists. They must have. I've met some atheists, talking to them, and they think they're so coldly logical. But boy, when they try to explain things, they will go reaching way out into the ether to where it's like, that is so ridiculous as to be absolutely out of bounds. I mean, they will try to explain things in such ridiculous ways just to avoid any kind of spirituality that it amazes me. It amazes me the lengths they'll go to. When sometimes things just is what it is. It's sometimes things are what they look to be. Sometimes there's a very easy explanation for things. Yeah, narcissists are always after fuel. They always want it off of you. They want to suck you. There you go. I'm going to steal that joke. I'm going to steal that joke. Can I call you P-A-T? But that would make you Pat. Are you a Pat? Because it's kind of hard calling you psychic knowing you're a guy. Somehow it's psyche. But Psyche Awakens. Yeah, I'm going to steal that. How many narcissists does it take to change a light bulb? None. They use gaslighting. Exactly. Okay, John. That's perfect. Yeah, they do use gaslighting. They will tell you that all your perceptions are fake, just like our government and, religious leaders and all kinds of people do. Gaslighting is very, very heavily employed in this world. You didn't feel it, you didn't see it. Anybody remember the rock opera Tommy, where they traumatized the kid because he saw his father get killed by the philandering mother and friend? And I get a spoiler alert if you haven't seen the rock opera Tommy. And they're telling him, you didn't see it, you didn't hear it, not a word. There's, how will anyone know if there's not any proof? You didn't see it, you didn't hear it. And he becomes deaf and dumb. He becomes enclosed within himself because they pressure him to not have seen or heard anything, and so he just goes within himself and stays there for a long time. And and then it's about how he comes out of that. But yeah, um, it's a narcissist. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like the clowns strap you to a wheel and spin you around while they're doing shit to you. That's what they're doing. They're basically people who they don't feel like they can survive on their own, but they can't survive with people either. They draw you in and push you away, and draw you in and push you away. My mother had narcissistic tendencies. My parents had narcissistic tendencies. Was she a full-blown narcissist? I don't know if I'm ready to really come. She certainly had the traits. I think some part of her loved me. I like to think so. But they learn it from other narcissists. Yeah, very charming, very shallow. Yeah. Well, I've known a lot of people. I've met a lot of different types. I've had experiences with all kinds of people. Some really crazy ones too. Some really wacky doodles are running free, and Ken kind of likes their crazy people. Ken kind of encourages their crazy people. Their entertainment. I don't know if they realize that, but they find it entertaining. So, and that's another thing. I have met some very charming people who are who can go very dark. Really dark. It's like, whoa. And the funny thing is, I met some people calling themselves Satanists that were actually quite nice and don't really hurt anybody. And I met some people calling themselves Christians that will beat the fuck out of people. It's in the way that you use it. You know? Yeah, oh, that's true. Crazy people can definitely be unpredictable. But, you know, some crazy people are not the way most people, I think of crazy, you know, blah, 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 crazy flipping out. And, you know, some people are just so, just have such bizarre notions somebody has given to them, you know, that they can't function normally. They have some very, very bizarre notions. So, I know one that actually is a very nice guy, but he has such a bizarre ethics of trying to help people. He's trying to help people with his doctrine, but his doctrine is harmful, very harmful. If you follow his instructions and teachings, you will probably get sick, and maybe you'll get sick. He doesn't mean that. That's not what he means to do. He's trying to help people. In his mind, he's helping people. He is, in fact, has made a lot of people sick. But it's funny because then he got a wife that understands that. She will, he's a good worker. She's taken advantage of his trade. She knows how to deal with him. Well, you know, so now he's in love, and they're actually, I don't know how they are now, but the way she was doing it is she will not eat anything that he has touched. Um, and she keeps him working. She sets him out to work, finds jobs for him to do. And keeps him busy, keeps him too tired to get into trouble and run the streets and so on and so forth. So she just keeps him really freaking busy, and then they have a relationship. Well, and it works for them. Okay, good. Yep. Oh, really? Yeah, Hellwalker. Yeah, what a name. Hmm. But I was told, you know, don't worry about Hellwalker. It's just it's a doesn't mean what it sounds like. Yes. Been stabbed in the ear by a friend. What is this bit about ears? Well, I hope it wasn't too serious. That is horrible. Well, that's what I hear. And actually, it doesn't surprise me, given what the name is really about. It's kind of like Hellrider, huh? Yeah, it's a name that could very easily be misunderstood. So, honestly, the fruit of the tree. It's another way of saying what a people. It's not about what people are saying; it's what they're doing. what do people actually do? How do people actually treat people? Not how they say they are, but do they actually care about people, or do they just say they do? But a narcissist teaches you these things, right? A narcissist can teach you that they don't really care about you, no matter how it looks. All they care is getting their supply. That truly is. I mean, there is a guy who is a narcissist trying to reform because he realizes he's effed up on YouTube. And he says, does the narcissist really care? No, they'll make it sound like and look like they really, really care, and they don't. They really don't. So, I don't know why my hair's just driving me kind of up the wall tonight. It's a little better. Feels a little better. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen, but my hair has very little body. Maybe if I fluff it up a bit there. A little bit of body there. I don't know if that looks any better. Tudor. I should check them out. Sam Vanaken, I don't know what his name is, but yeah, I guess there's even more than one. But, they talk about what it's like. And do they really care about the person? No. But they will convince you that they do every time, or try to. But you've got to know in your heart that they really don't, in order to save yourself. And, it's up to us. And you know what? It's funny. Maybe that's part of a test. Maybe that's part of a shaman test. It's like, can you somehow pull yourself out of that grip, realizing what's going on, and pull yourself out of that narcissist grip? It's probably one of the tests, because I've had so many on my path. And it wasn't until I started saying, nope, no, nope, we're not doing that. Like I said, when I say I'm God and so are you, that has made so much difference. To come to that realization that everything's God, and that means I'm God, and that means I'm a creator, because fortunately we're self-aware. That means we can be the creators. We are the creators. Whether we're really aware that we're creating. Part of the trick is being aware, is awarely creating your creations. Otherwise, you just create without knowing it, and then you create a bunch of stuff that maybe you didn't want. A pantheist. Well, the gods exist. Are they the God? No. Is there a God realm where gods exist? Yes, there is. Does that make me a pantheist? I don't know if that's quite the same as what people think. These terms can be very misleading, can't they? Am I a monotheist because I believe that everything is God? I don't know. Because that everything is composed of many, many things. Or what seems to be many things. But it really isn't. It's kind of like there are a lot of plants that, although it looks like there are many plants popping up in a field, it really is just one plant. Okay? Looks like many different plants, but it's one plant. The roots, underground, the stems, but it's really part of the same thing. So, what looks like many is actually still one in the end. Yeah, but you know, and I guess he's one of my guides too, but my friend Paul, one of his main guides is Pan. Paul Christian. Interesting, huh? Paul Christian. He had to accept that one of his main guides was Pan. And me too. I've been trying to tell people that's not the devil, that's Pan. He's not a bad guy. They don't want to listen. Ascended masters are different, but it's the same kind of idea. They can do amazing godlike things. Okay? Ascended masters can do amazing things. So can archangels. So can lots of these beings do amazing godlike things. But so can we. So can we. Yeah, it is sad. It's very sad that, like I said, it would suck to be an atheist and have to stretch that far for an explanation for everything. And then be that alone as they are. You know, I mean, even if you realize you're one being, you still are have a lot of friends within yourself. You know, it's kind of funny. Yeah, but I guess in the end, if all is one, then God is alone. Maybe that's why God split up into so many parts to have company. I don't know. Actually, if you want to experience yourself and what you are, you need a lot of viewpoints. That's what I think it all is. Many, 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 many different mirrors, many different viewpoints from which to view, from which God views itself. That's what's going on. Everything you see in the world, whether you like it or not, is part of God. Because there isn't anything else. There are some unhealed parts. There are some pretty scary parts. Well, my progressed is, I guess, Capricorn. So I understand. You must be feeling a lot better since Pluto moved on. You must be starting to feel better because Pluto was in your sign for what, 14 years? And it was going through my chart. Now it's in my Venus is in Aquarius. So now it's affecting my relationships. So we'll see what it does to my relationships. Yes, it's kind of like that. God got bored. I have a song. I had to write a song for an event. They wanted to hear something new. And this song just came. And it was about that. And basically what the song went through and explained was that process. How that happened. And I'm like, wow. Not in very detailed terms, but in very simple terms. And it followed the progression of a child, of a human child, a human embryo, a human, and it starts out just as an idea. Oh. But that's interesting because then a child goes through all these stages of awakening to and becoming self-aware, aware of its body, aware of its environment, and aware of other people, aware that it is separate from other people. And it kind of went through that. It was very interesting. I don't remember the whole song. I suppose I could recreate it if I really tried, but it was very interesting to hear myself sing it. Because I wasn't at all sure how it was going to go. But, you know, that's one thing I find I'm really good at. I'm really good at just winging it. Which would drive my Scorpio friends absolutely freaking nuts, right? They have to have everything rehearsed and practiced and be, you know. But me, I would have to be, okay, you're just going to go out here and wing it now. You're just going to have to go out and just do something and be good. And it's like, and I would just go out and do it. And it would be good. Everybody loved that song. And I couldn't, I would have to really sit and figure it out in order to do that song ever again. You have to trust at some point that you're going to be taken care of. It's been a long road for me to trust. But I keep getting that. If you really ask, you should hear a still small voice saying, "You're going to be taken care of. Don't worry about it." Every step of the way. And I have to trust that. The other thing that we have to learn to do is when we say to this oversoul, which is God, which we think of as God, and when we put it out into the universe, that energy that we are asking for something or we are telling the universe something, we have to trust that it's been heard, it's being worked on. When we say for the highest and best good, we have to trust that what happens is for the highest and best good, even if it doesn't look like it. It's really hard. Last 4 years it's been hard. I asked for the highest and best good. It's been a rough 4 years, but look how many people have woke up that would not have awakened any other way unless it was this bad. It had to get this bad, this corrupt, this obvious, in order for people to start to see it, because they're just too distracted. So it was for the highest and best good, although it was horrible. It really does contribute to awakening when you are disillusioned. This is disillusionment. Disillusionment is a very good thing. It means you're losing your illusions. Disillusionment. So, it's certainly not what people think. There are people who do not want to let go. You have to let go. Nothing, you're not really ever letting go of anything. I mean, it's all still part of the same thing, but you're letting it out of your awareness. You're releasing that grip, the tight grip, and letting the energy just work and quite often it works out better than you could figure it out consciously. You're figuring it out, not conscious. You're not consciously going through all these steps, but it's being worked out for you much better than you could come up with consciously yourself. Like you're drawing a plan out, a lot of times comes out way better than that. So it pays to allow the higher self, the larger self, to do the work on that. Just let it do the work. It's been so hard for me to. It's been so hard for me to let go of the detail. I'm a creator type. So hard for me to let go of the details. But you can't be too invested in details. Well, anyway, here I am with, it's telling me only 7 people are listening. There's probably more because they keep, I mean, there's been times when I've actually counted like a bunch more people in here and they told me there were 3 or something. So there are probably more than that listening, but we're kind of coming to the part of the show where it's time for me to wrap it up because it's almost 3 o'clock. I got things I got to do tomorrow. It's been fun being with you after we got past that first part. That first stream, I just could not get it to happen. We had to stop, I guess, saying the magic words. I'll be glad when that goes. I'll be glad when the censorship and stuff is over, finally, and we can just talk about things. Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming. And remember, you are creators. You are divine. You are a part of God. And you can make a difference. You can improve the whole world and all of reality by improving yourself. So go do that. I hope you all learn to love to yourself even more than you do already, and respect yourself, and let yourself off the hook. And the truth is where you find it. I hope you're finding some on this channel. So, I'll be seeing you Wednesday if all goes well. Try not to say any code words that keeps crashing the stream. And we live in hope. Okay, I hope to see you Wednesday. Have a good night.